Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. So I'm coming to you from a stormy Wednesday morning and I wanted to discuss some energies that are currently in the mix. Feeling a bit of freedom coming both from the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And I've decided to offer twin flame readings again. I think I have 4 or 5 spots left I think I have 4 spots left for the twin flame readings for this batch. And I'm also offering soulmate and love readings. Now, I don't offer these all the time. It's a limited time only, and I do them in limited batches. It's whenever I am called to do so. So I have been called by the universe to open up to the private twin flame readings again. You can check it out on my website, along with the astrological readings that I'm offering. And I am going to talk about Saturn and the nodes. I'm going to have a separate video on that because this is an important transit or energy that's happening until spring of next year. And it's not new. We've been sitting in this for a while, but it's something I felt called to discuss on a video. So we'll be doing a reading for that as well. And if you'd like to support me in another way, you can check out my Patreon. I have written posts over there. It's quality, not quantity. I have written quite a few for the month of July, and August I will be posting more here shortly. There's just, this energy has been interesting. It's like you're up and you're down. You have energy and then you don't. You're exhausted and then the next day you're alert and heightened senses and full of energy. So I am just trying to maintain some sort of balance and stability, as all of you are, while I go through my own process of growth. I'm even getting away from the word ascension. It's like we have to look at this journey as soul growth, soul learning. And all of these labels, twin flame, twin soul, soulmate, ascension, awakening. It's like we can call it whatever we want, but it's going to have a special, unique meaning to you. So I just want to encourage you to apply your own unique meaning to your journey and your process. And whether that means you end up marrying a soulmate and you don't marry the twin flame, or whether that means you're just friends with the twin flame, or whether that means you decide to do this life separately, or whether that means whatever that looks like, you separate from certain family members, or you have to put a distance there, but you can still love them from a distance, or you support their journey, you support their, awakening, whatever that looks like for them. I think we're learning to have a lot of compassion right now for people that have different ideas. And I know that in the past, I'd say year or so, I have really softened to other people's concepts and ideas of what it means to be awakened. I mean, who am I to say that my way is the right way? And I think we get caught in that ego trap when we're on this quote unquote ascension journey. I know better than you. And we don't know better. Somebody else's soul knows the way for their soul. We know the way for us. So I think it's very important that we give people room and space to discover and their own truths and discover what this journey means to them. So I think that's what the feminine has been offering to the masculine. It's like, okay, we were on different sides of the same team, really, but I need, but I'm offering you this space and time to be able to go explore on your own. And if that means exploring with another partner, a soul partner or a karmic or whatever it needs to be, or moving away from each other physically, or just not speaking for, X amount of time, then that's what, needed to happen for soul growth. And sometimes we have the best realizations and epiphanies when we're not in communication and contact with this person. It really can stifle your growth at a certain point on the journey. So it's not a bad thing to be in separation at all. In fact, it's a great thing. In fact, it means both of you are growing. Not that you can't grow together, but I do think it can be more challenging to be physically trying to do this together, and unless both of you are at a certain level of understanding. Again, there's no right way or wrong way. I'm not here to say this is the right way, this is the wrong way. I'm just offering up information based on my own journey and what I've explored with my clients. I'm also offering coaching sessions at this time. So if you're on this journey and you're like, what the hell is happening? What is going on? I can assist you in a coaching session. I do have a Twinflame workbook that's available for sale up on the website as well. And then our next coaching program will be in looking like October, the end of October. So we will be launching that, I'm gonna guess late September, early October, for a start date of late October, early November is kind of what I'm looking at. And I'm really just feeling into what this feels like, what's gonna be best for the collective, what's gonna be best timing for this, and where the energies are at also astrologically, because we've got eclipse season coming up as well. So we've got some gnarly energies, guys. So I'm here for the ride, okay? I'm here for the ride. And I don't know if you can hear the rain in the background, but we are absolutely getting rain this morning. The sun is wanting to come out, but it's hidden behind some clouds here. Kind of a cool analogy for what it feels like to be on the twin flame journey. Give me a second, guys. I just want to make sure my Frankie kitty is okay. He was on the porch and it just started to pour, and he was wanting in. So it's a good thing I checked. So thank you for your patience. All right, my loves, we are going to get started on the card section of the reading. I've got the Psychic Tarot and the Angels and Ancestors deck. I might pull in a third deck here. We'll see. Just for shits and giggles. Now the rain stopped. Interesting. How are you all feeling today? You can share with each other. If you're in the live chat, now it's raining hard again. Okay. Interesting. Very unpredictable energy. You can share with each other in the live chat. You can share with the moderators. My moderators are incredible. They're handpicked. These are people who are on the journey, who have the experience, who have the awareness, and who really enjoy assisting and helping others and lifting you up. So thank you to my moderators as always. Okay, so let's get a feel here for what is happening here. It's August 16th? I think it's the 16th. 17th, I think it's actually, no, it's the 17th. So more than halfway through August. All right, guys, let's take a peek here. Spiritual strength, 9 of Wands energy coming up. Yeah, this says don't give up now. You know, pursue the impossible. Don't allow other people to tell you something is not possible. Pursue it with your whole heart, mind, body, and soul, because you absolutely can achieve what you wish to achieve. I think oftentimes it's very easy for us to kind of give in to other people's belief systems. Like if they don't believe something is possible, then they'll push it on us and, well, it's not possible, so why should I even pursue X, Y, Z? But look, I mean, with spiritual strength, you're able to hold up an entire building. I think this is about you not really defending your beliefs, but holding steady and strong to your belief system. Ethics and morals are coming up a lot right now for the counterparts. Like what is it that I believe? What is my foundational belief system? That may be changing for some of you. That may be changing at this time. In particular, depending on this Saturn retrograde and where it's hitting your chart. Also, the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction that we had. This energy lasts for 15 years. So you can take a look at that and see where that hits your chart. I also offer that reading as well. And you can see, you'll start to understand what is playing out. What is playing out in my life? Why is it playing out like this? What are the patterns, you know, the mental patterns, but also what are the patterns, my emotional patterns that I have? Something that is really beneficial is if you've heard of there's a documentary called A Squared, I think it is. It's the emotion code and the body code. Look it up, guys. Very interesting stuff. There are practitioners out there. In fact, I'm considering taking a course later this year, if everything lines up, for the body code. And yes, you're working with the divine. It's energy healing, but it's much deeper than that. It's a special kind of healing where you're able to look into the person's, like, you know, heart walls. What has affected What has affected you from your parents that they have passed on generationally, right? That's scientifically proven that we carry generational trauma within ourselves. So we have to break this trauma. We have to do the work. We have to have an understanding of why we have feelings that don't feel like ours that come through. It's not just the counterparts. It's not just the collective. It's family line. It's generational. So working through all of this, very powerful stuff. And I'm very picky and choosy with the healings that I will choose to delve into and what I choose to believe. And as you should be as well. And you know, what resonates for me may not resonate for you, but make sure you find something that resonates for you. And ultimately, we're getting to the place where we understand that we are the power player in our life, that we don't need something outside of us to confirm something, to validate something, to tell us. We already know these things. We are self-healers. You know, I cannot promote that enough. You are a self-healer. You are an incredible, powerful healer and being. You're not just here to heal others. You're the planet or the universe. You're here to heal yourself. So we have the tools within us. We just have to understand how to get there and how to untether ourselves from old belief systems that we've anchored into that no longer feel like they're a part of us. So you're being encouraged to remember that you have inner strength, courage, discipline, and persistence. And even if you're like, I'm so exhausted, this is for the person out there who says, I am so exhausted from this journey, Sarah, I just want to give up. I just want to give in. I just want to give up. I'm done. This is exhausting. You know, I need a break. This is for the person who cannot do this anymore. And I know, you know, I've been there on this journey. Several times I've said, I give up. I want off this journey. I wish I hadn't met my twin flame. And then you realize it's not about the physical person. You know, people can't break our hearts or hurt us or break our spirit unless we give them permission to. You can't, childhood abandonment and wounds and trauma aside. But I mean like people, like relationships, friendships, people can say nasty things to you. People can do nasty things. And if you have that sovereignty and that authority over yourself, they can't even penetrate your belief system or your heart, because you know who you are and you know what you believe, you know what you stand for. So we're in a time where, people may lash out. There's a lot of anger and frustration and aggression energy, hostility, and a lot of that is the Mars energy. A lot of that is the Saturn retrograde. People are frustrated as hell. And by the end of October, we're going to have 5 major outer planets retrograding, right, relative to Earth. And so, this retrograde energy makes us go rewind, hopefully not revert. Some people will, but rewind, re-establish, reinvent, recalculate, any of the re's. They're not all coming to me. Revitalize, revamp, any of the re's are coming, any of those. They're not coming to mind really right now. But you can think of, that's what the retrograde is for. We're quote unquote moving backwards so that we can move forward once that planet stations direct. Saturn will station direct October 24th, giving us a chance right before Halloween there, Scorpio season there, to really get back on our feet. So let's take a look here at what might be going on. I just pulled out the Kipper deck. This is just a really fun deck. So we have the energy here of courtship and adjudication. I see that some marriages may be coming to an end. Some marriages or relationships are going to need mediation or a judge, or they're going to court. It could be child support issues that you're dealing with, or somebody in your life. It could be the counterpart, of course. But a lot of those divorces with the counterparts have already transpired or in the process of transpiring. I do feel like the divine feminine who is currently married is really feeling like the marriage is on shaky ground. This tells me that you're in the process of, or thinking of, divorce or separation, or how can we do this? How can we do this as amicably as possible with the least amount of hostility? I do see that this will involve some sort of, it's a legal matter, okay, and it has to do with a relationship. Refer to your inner strength for that as well. Yeah, and there's a main male. So there could be a fight for this divine feminine. It could be that your counterpart walked into your life and suddenly you're like, well, my marriage isn't working anymore. That's what happens for the divine masculine as well. And not only that, but your partner, okay, your current partner, the person you're with when you met your counterpart, they will feel, and any future partners, they will feel your counterpart. They will feel the presence. It will take a very strong soulmate, okay? A very strong, healed or healing masculine energy to be able to step into the mix and win your heart and really feel confident enough to be with you. Because if it's just somebody who's still very on shaky ground with their own self-esteem or self-worth or self-awareness, they're not going to be able to fill this role, because the presence of the counterpart has come in and disrupted the dynamic of your relationship or your marriage. I feel like your counterpart, maybe there was a message. This is interesting. Your counterpart was either thinking of sending a message or has sent a message. Maybe this is kind of directed at the divine feminine right now, who is married or in a relationship, and maybe your significant other saw this message, and that's what sparked this, this need to kind of go this route or consider separation or divorce. Are we really happy? Are you really happy? Having those deeper conversations that we don't always like to have, that are very unpleasant, but that are necessary in order for things to shift for both parties, right? If you no longer wish to be in that relationship, you're not doing yourself or that person any favors by staying where you don't really want to be. I think this is something the feminine is kind of coming to terms with right now. Tell me more about this situation. What is, okay. Well, that's an interesting card. I think that's a Three of Swords. This is causing some painful memories or painful revelations, I think, for all parties, not just your significant other, but the counterpart is feeling this as well. Anytime there's one counterpart who's married and the other one who's single, it's a painful process for all parties, because the counterpart who's single feels like, well, you would just commit to me if you loved me, you would just be with me. But it's never that easy when you're dealing with twin flames. There are belief systems, internal belief systems, and fears and insecurities to overcome for the divine masculine to leave that marriage or that relationship. Same with the divine feminine. She's like, it's not that easy. He's a wonderful person, or she's a wonderful person. They haven't done anything to hurt me. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to break up a family. You have to go through all these reasons why you should stay, and then you have to weigh out the options of staying or leaving. Then there's money, and then there's shared interests or investments. Sometimes there's even a shared company that you have to contend with, and you really have to ask yourself, is this worth, not is it worth it, because it's always worth it to choose yourself, but is this something I'm ready to go through? And then we have to look from a higher perspective. Am I really here to settle and just live a mundane, humdrum, so-so life, or am I here to break free from the chains that society has put on me, or that I have placed on myself, or that my parents or my family has placed on me, or that generationally, I'm expected to go to law school, I'm expected to be a successful lawyer, I'm expected to get married, I'm expected to have 2 kids, I'm expected to have a big house, I'm expected. So we're looking at the expectations here, and expectations create a lot of heartache and grief and loss inside of the person who's like, I'm not really happy being a lawyer. I actually wanted to be a yoga teacher, or I wanted to go sail on a yacht. I don't know. I wanted to be a zookeeper. And so we've been constrained and chained in these situations where we never wanted to be in the first place, where it never soothed or fit our soul in the first place. So what is the lesson in this situation? Maybe you're unreachable right now, divine feminine. So the other story that could be playing out here is it's the masculine who's married, who's like trying to tell you, I'm getting a divorce, or I'm walking, I'm freeing myself from this situation. Maybe the feminine is like, maybe she's just had so much heartache and loss from this situation. She's like, I don't want to hear it. She's drawing on her inner strength to be able to carry her forward. And she doesn't want to look back. She doesn't want to open Pandora's box. She doesn't want to open a door that's just going to bring her pain again. Can't really blame her. Fire guardian, ignite your passions. Yeah, this is a passionate energy. You know, the Nine of Wands is like, ignite your passion for life, ignite your passion for yourself, ignite your passion for whatever it is that you believe in, that maybe, again, that society or your family has turned you against, you know, those passions that you've carried, those hobbies, those things that really light you up that you've just sort of ignored or pushed down because you felt like, well, what's the point in engaging in these? It's not acceptable, or I don't have time for this. You've convinced yourself that other things were more important, made other things your priority. But yeah, these are coming back to the surface now. They want you to be intentional about what it is that you're creating. Be intentional with your thoughts. Be intentional with your desires as well. Manifestation is so high right now. Manifestation is so incredibly high. You could manifest things that seemed impossible. You can manifest meeting somebody right now, meeting a soulmate, meeting, you know, the love of your life, a dream job. You could manifest a trip. You could manifest more money. You could manifest whatever it is that you desire. That abundance energy is really, that portal to 8-8 opened us up to abundance and significant events in our life, significant people. It's opening up the doorway to soulmates. And I know that's triggered a lot of people because I've received emails. And then I've received emails from people saying, thank you so much for touching on soulmates, because this is an important part of the journey. And you spoke to me. And there's no reason to leave out soulmates. There's no reason to think that we have to end up with our twin flame. It is a label. It's a human construct that the ego created to help it make sense of this situation or this journey or this connection or this life. We take all of that and strip it away, and it doesn't matter. On the other side, you think it matters? You think the soul cares if this is a twin or the soulmate? You think the soul cares if you're black or white or 70 or 20 or short or tall or skinny or not skinny? Like, you think it matters? Or educated or not educated, drives a Porsche, drives a Honda. You think the soul cares about any of that shit? And the soul doesn't care about labels. It is all about, what is my intention here? What am I intending to create? If I'm intending to create a loving, supportive, stable, harmonious relationship and connection, then I can do so. And I don't need to put a label on it. The label is the ego, guys. The label is the ego. You cannot solve this twin flame puzzle with the mind. It will never work. It will never make sense. Why do they do this? I don't know. They don't even know. It won't make sense. It will never make sense from that vantage point. You have to create and construct your own reality from your own thoughts. And in doing so, create this peaceful, harmonious environment, relationships for yourself, workspace, call in soulmate clients. All of these things we can do, but we have to strip away the labels of what we thought our life was going to be, what we thought our person was going to be or look like, or how we were going to meet them, or any of this other bullshit. It doesn't matter. Just like they say, when you're ready, the teacher appears. When you're ready, the labels will disappear, and it won't matter. It won't matter what words I use. It's just going to be, I'm called, to this person. Sarah, I feel a calling to this person. Wonderful. I feel a calling to reconnect or to connect. Wonderful. And no punishment, no guilt, no fear for choosing one over the other, because you're choosing to be happy. You're choosing to give yourself what you most need at this time. What is my highest excitement? Okay. What is, as my friend Barry says, what is my highest excitement? What is the thing that's driving me the most right now? What is bringing me to the place where I feel the most excitable, the most passion, and the most intensity? Not necessarily intensity, but good intensity. Like, what is propelling me forward? And if it's not where you currently are, then move, right? What's the saying? Like, move, you're not a tree. If it's not your current relationship, exit. There's always an exit door. If it's not your current job, find something that makes you feel like you're contributing in the way in which you wish to contribute to society, to community, to your family, to yourself, to other people, to clients. This is all about authenticity, guys. We're on the authentic train now, and there's no getting off of this. So I really want you guys to, this was not the reading that I expected, but it's really has been that way for a while. This could be a reading. This could be very much telling very much, 3-4 different stories here. Interpret it in the way that you wish and what makes sense for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Drop the label, guys. Get out of the ego. Literally, the soul doesn't care what you're calling anything. This is my best friend. This is my close friend. Well, okay. The soul doesn't care. This is $100. This is $1 million. The soul doesn't care. The soul sees everything as equal. And if you really want to break it down, this is really going to trigger some people. Everybody is your other. If we are all one and we believe in this idea of oneness, if you believe in this concept, there is no other, there is no out there, there is no separation. We are all one soul projecting itself, right, with different oversouls, one soul projecting itself out there into the multiverse. So, we could go even deeper than the twin flame concept. I think this is just one concept and one way to explain, one interpretation of what it is that we're experiencing. That's what we're trying to do with labels. We're trying to interpret and understand and explain what it is that we're experiencing. What if we don't need interpretations or labels or explanations? What if we, or definitions? What if we just need to experience it? Okay, I'm off my soapbox. That obviously needed to come out. Did not know that was the direction this reading was going to go. But anyway, if you guys are called to please do like the video and share and subscribe. Those things greatly help the channel. Thank you again to my incredible, wonderful, supportive moderators. Thank you to everyone who has ever contributed in any way, form, or fashion to this channel, to the work that I do. I'll see you here. I'll see you on Patreon. And looking forward to working with some of you with those private sessions. And looking forward to seeing some of you in the October program. Take good care, guys, and see you soon.